And they, of course, sponsor the Big Bass Photo Contest. If you're fishing this weekend, remember to take a shot of that bass and send it along to AlanBobs.com or on their Facebook page. You can win some great prizes. Even just running out from showers that have moved through. There's a lot of people that never got wet at all. And that looks like the way it's going to be for today and over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Speaking of the weekend, construction with occasional lane closures on 131 between N6 and 44th Street. This is concrete work that is going to be accomplished, and so there may be times you see lane closures without any crews, but it should be intermittent. I'm Rob Westerby, Fox 17 Traffic. Sponsored by GilletteOnDemand.com. 40 million Americans wake up to a Gillette shave. Gillette's working to bring you America's #1 shave for less. Go to GilletteOnDemand.com and get every fourth order free.
New demo sale going on now at Keller Ford. New vehicles with huge discounts. Check out Ford Fusion, $7,000 off. Ford Escape SUV, $7,500 off. And F-150 pickups, $10,000 off. That's only at Keller Ford on Alpine.
Huge here for Bumblebee Ice Cream. Now if you're throwing a graduation party, a birthday celebration, maybe there's something happening at your business where you want to say thank you to your employees or clients, or something's going on at your local church or school, or with your team, nothing beats a Bumblebee Ice Cream cart at your party. And if you want to go big time, roll out the Bumblebee state-of-the-art ice cream truck for your next big event. Here's what you need to do. Go to BumblebeeIceCream.com, find out more, and also set up that rental of an ice cream cart or their state-of-the-art ice cream truck. Go to BumblebeeIceCream.com. That's BumblebeeIceCream.com. Or call 459-4844. That number to reserve your Bumblebee ice cream cart or rent their state-of-the-art truck, 459-4844, or online at BumblebeeIceCream.com.
Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Have you noticed more and more politicians are cursing in public? You're not alone. You're hearing more swear words than ever before. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN's chief medical correspondent. Politicians are swearing more because it works. So says my good friend and CNN commentator, Mel Robbins. She recently wrote this piece for her website, citing a study out of the University of Cambridge that found, quote, links between swearing and honesty. One UC San Diego professor explains it this way. Honesty is a neurological basis, and we process language and emotions in different parts of the brain. That means when you swear, people process it in the emotional center of the brain, so you don't sound so scripted, and that makes you seem more authentic and passionate. But everyone seems to agree on this point. Try not to let the profane political theater distract you from the real issues that are facing our country today. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
By the time that we got up there, his room was filled with smoke.
The wind had blown and drifted the snow up against the side of my house, blocking the exhaust from my furnace.
I heard the smoke alarm going off in my friend's apartment.
Without the kid a smoke alarm, my son would not be here today.
Had it not been for that carbon monoxide detector, they would come to school and not have their teacher there.
I grabbed my fire extinguisher and put out the fire.
Kiddo makes technology that saves lives.
Get these essential products at the Home Depot.
Kyle is a dog trainer.
Okay, Sid. Good boy.
In his personal time, Kyle's a personal trainer.
1, 2, good.
Kyle knows how to get results, but when it comes to mortgages, he's less confident.
Guilty as charged.
Fortunately, there's Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. It's simple, so he can understand the details and know he's getting the right mortgage. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage
it's promotional. They're a floating billboard.
Yeah,
That's it.
pretty much.
And who? I mean,
Bill Penfed.
right? The Penfed game. So it's over the U.S. Open in Wisconsin, and then
They caught on fire.
yes, catastrophe happens.
And with that thick grass, they're lucky they didn't catch any of it.
Well, the pilot was hurt. He did not abandon ship, and he stayed with
Why?
it.
What was he
I
trying
don't
to do?
know. I think
Captain Smith?
I'm not sure why. If
I'm going down with the ship.
maybe there was some type of navigation he could still perform to keep it away from people, perhaps.
It looked like a balloon that was popped. What navigation is he going to do?
I have no idea. And so it plummets to the ground. I think he's in pretty bad shape, but maybe I think they said that he will survive. But just incredible footage as that thing came crashing down. The Griffins have their big parade and rally this afternoon at 4 o'clock at Rosa Parks Circle. You'll be able to see the guys there. They're passing out 2,500 championship t-shirts. Get down there and support the team. As we get set for another round of Dear Meathead with my beloved 83-year-old father, brought to you by Signature Investigations crew. Let's bring him in right now. Hello, Dad. Good morning.
Hello, my son. Hello, my sponsor.
So, are you feeling better? You told me you were under the weather and you might have difficulty getting to the graduation event.
I woke up this morning. I'm much better. I ordered some medication from the doctor, and been high on, pills.
You're getting high? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Are you high? I'm just saying it.
I know it. Your voice sounds exceptional today. It's very, very sharp.
It's the screwed up throat.
Oh, it works, man. You could probably do some voice work, Dad.
Hey, forget it, man.
Okay, well, Dad, I have some questions that I have to read to you, and I also have some callers. We have the usual suspects joining us. Let's start off with your pal, Jeremy. Dad, say hi to Jeremy.
Hello, Jeremy. How are you?
Very well. How you doing, Meathead?
Not bad. You're getting to be quite the favorite guy here,
No.
I like speaking with you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I love talking with you too, Meathead.
Give me the picture.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Jeremy, what's your question for Dad?
Yeah, my question to you is, there's this game that people like to play. It's on kind of a local radio show. And this guy, he seems kind of like a nice guy, but he also seems kind of like a jerk. He calls in thinking he's going to stump these people with movie questions, and his questions turn out to be wrong every time. So he asks the question, and then they try to guess it, and it comes to find out that their guess is completely, it's wrong, and the guy who asked the question had the wrong answer.
Jeremy, what the hell kind of question is this? It's the longest question for a high man.
Hey, I'm glad you up the volume on this. I almost missed half of the stuff that Jeremy was
Jeremy,
talking.
do you want to
Most people, this story would seem boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy that calls in and plays a game on a show. And basically, you got to stump him for a movie question. The guy calls in, asks him a